Welcome to another edition of Mortgage Talks. I'm your host, Adam Hires. All right. We've got a great show on tap as always here at 42 Lines Creative, back in my home here. I love this eagle in the back. Love the American way, right? You can become just, a dynamo in America, the USA. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. There's just opportunity out there. And don't let people say that you can't make the income you want to make, you can't live the life you want to live, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what I'm always trying to talk about: the will, skill, resources you need to grow your business. So if you're a mortgage loan officer, obviously this is a podcast for you. If you're a business owner, small business owner, entrepreneur, you could definitely take some of these lessons into your own business. And definitely today, you can take the lesson regardless if you're in a mortgage game or you're, say, an insurance agent, you're a real estate agent, you're just an entrepreneur, small business owner, etc. You can take this lesson I'm going to talk about today and definitely drive business. So we talk about it all the time, and definitely, by the way, take a chance to download your free 12-week business transformation playbook if you're a mortgage loan officer at hirescoaching.com. Chock full of great information, and you can ride in this bad boy right here and really scale your business. But today's lesson for the day is targets. Like, who are you targeting? So we talk about all the time: referral partners, etc. And when I'm talking to coaching clients, they get just stuck in a rut. I don't want to cold call people. Oh my gosh, I'm just scared to death of cold calling people. Well, I'll just attack that right off the bat. Cold calling, can be a great tool to grow your business. Now, you have to ask yourself the question, really dig into why you don't like cold calls, and not just a surface level. Why do you not love cold calling? And I've spoke about this before. Why I didn't love cold calling was that I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust myself not to get completely pissed off if somebody was rude to me. I'm like, who the heck are they? I'll beat them into a pulp, and I know I can. And that was not a good thing. And I had to overcome those types of emotions and uncover why I was feeling that and why I was going to get so angry. And there's all these layers to why I didn't want to cold call. And so I had to work on myself to start cold calling and just doing it. And I did, and I have. And not that you're ever going to get rid of all those feelings. So that feeling could have came from the association that you were driving and you called on the speakerphone and your kid was around and somebody cussed you out. Now it's your kid was crying because their dad or mom got cussed out on the phone, and now you no longer want to cold call. It could be a lot of stories, a lot of themes of that story, the reason you don't want to cold call. So I really, I want you to realize why you don't like cold calling, and not just the surface level, like it stinks. Like I've never met anybody that's like, oh my goodness, I want to cold call everybody. Oh, this is just so much fun, I cannot wait. However, it can be a good part of your business. But let's talk about the targets today and how you may not just cold call off the bat, and you may be able to get into a warm call. So the big mistake I see with mortgage loan officers, with other entrepreneurs, business owners, is that they don't have a real target list. They don't have a target list. So the salesperson with the entrepreneur, etc., with the best list wins. Very simple. So you have to have a list. And so in this business transformation playbook, I have 20 targets over 12 weeks. And so why is that very important? One, you can find and go through, for example, mortgage loan officers, you need to find a list of good people, good real estate agents, for example, that are doing a good fair amount of deals. You don't want to target people doing one deal a year. That's not really going to leverage your time, and it's not going to make you a lot of money, right? So you need to find a list probably of people doing a decent amount of deals. Now, in the target list, it could be a little bit of, hey, I got some really top targets that do a tons of deals, is one of the best agents in this whole area. And then I got some ones below that, and then into some people that do, maybe 20 deals a year. And so, you can have that target list of somebody doing, 200 deals a year and some doing 20 deals a year. So why is it important kind of to maybe layer that as well, which is for obvious reasons. The top dogs are really difficult most of the time to get them to send you deals, right? And the lower you go down the spectrum, they may not be taken care of by a loan officer to the utmost, because they have maybe bigger fish right out there that they're sending more deals. So maybe they're more apt to have a conversation with you. But what I can tell you is that you're gonna have to have the target list, and you're going to have to. What are you going to do with the target list? So once you get the target list, and that's going to be comprised of who do you want to do business with. Maybe you should research them a little bit and say, okay, they not only do the deals I want, that you're looking for. They do the type of deals that you're looking for. They, you look at their social media. They speak in some similar languaging that you do. They seem to be a very good person and not just a monster, because there's monsters out there. There's real estate agents. I don't care how many deals they do. I would never approach them. I don't care to do business with them. I ain't about that life, okay? I am not about that life, and neither should you. If you see somebody out there that's an absolute monster, like, I don't care. That business is not worth it. There's so many people that you can do business with that are going to be good, respectful people, and you need to target those people. And so you're going to target these out. And a big mistake I see is, loan officers will say, how am I going to grow my business? And how do I talk to these real estate agents, et cetera? And I've tried to get real estate agents before. And, it's always that common theme. They try calling them one time and nothing happens and they give up. Well, if you have a target list of 20, that 12 weeks, what can you do with that? How can you get in front of them? So the key is that you're not worried about getting them week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, 12 weeks. You have 12 weeks to capture those targets and get them to start sending you business. Now, some you can absolutely, and I coach people on how to have great conversations with people, and I've gotten good agents in a matter of a week or two. First conversation, just had a dynamic conversation, and all of a sudden it was the right time, right conversation, all that, the right value proposition, and I was able to, boom, get a agent to start sending me deals. Happens. I've had it happen tons of times. However, you got to know that the expectation can't be that, right? You have to know, okay, what can I do to get in front of them? Now, I don't want a cold call. So, okay, you don't want a cold call. So let's take cold call out of there. How can you start having conversations with them? Well, first of all, you can obviously, you get the list. You can add them on Facebook, add them on, Instagram, LinkedIn, all that stuff. Platforms, whatever platform you really feel comfortable with. I love Facebook for local agents. When it comes to my coaching business, it's more LinkedIn. So, and obviously I put stuff on Instagram, but you're going to have where you're comfortable at. So let's say you add them to Facebook, and then obviously the big mistake is spamming them. Nobody gives a crap, and we talked about this before, about what your loan rates are, and you close loans fast before, it's like you've literally tried to put a ring on them before you even had a conversation with them, right? It's like, how does that work in the dating world? I mean, hey, baby, I'd love to marry you. That's great. What's your name again? So, we do that in business, and I see it all the time. I get messages on LinkedIn just like, oh my goodness, could you take me out to dinner or something before you're trying to slap a ring on me? I mean, this is crazy, right? So the first thing is not to spam them, obviously, but you need to have a conversation with them, a real, genuine conversation. It could be about their dog. We talk about, I have a thing in here about, my ROI, how much money I made on just direct messaging people on Facebook, and I've got agents to send me business, but start having conversations with them. So you can set up however you're really comfortable with it and make a roadmap of the next 12 weeks of these targets that you have down here, how you're going to get in front of them. It could be a direct message. It could be inviting them to something. It could be sending them something. It could be, it could be a lot of things, right? It could be then calling them after you kind of talk to them. After you send something, maybe now you're calling them to say, hey, I hope you liked what I sent you. But your contact. This is a contact sport. You have to contact them. So there's so many ways that you can get in front of them, and you're gonna have to continuously get in front of them and add value. So just think, what you need to do today, stop the presses. When you read this, don't just let this go past. There's one of two people listening to this podcast. Which one are you? Are you the one that listens and does nothing, continues to listen, does nothing, or are you the one that takes these and actually implements? Which one are you? Ask yourself that. Are you going to stop just listening, or are you going to start doing and taking actionable massive steps today? So you take a massive step today if you're that second person. If you're the first person, just keep listening. Hey, I'm cool with it. You can hit a like button on my stuff. You can give me a rating and not do anything. That's cool. But if you're the second part of that and you want to truly grow your business today, right now, take out the pen and paper, start writing down targets that you would like to have. If you don't have a list of the top agents in your area, talk to one of your real estate partners, talk to your title company, try to get a list of agents that do good business. Take that list, look them up, see who you like out there that talks your languaging, likes dogs like you like dogs, you have similar interests that you could connect with, that you don't have to just, try to have an interest in them. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like, I don't really like this person, but I want to do business with them. No, who do you like out there who's similar to you? And then go and take that pen to pad and write 20 people that you can absolutely try to target this, you will target this 12 weeks. The next 12 weeks are relentless, actionable steps. I'm not talking about calling them one time. I'm not talking about, messaging them one time. That doesn't work. Oh, Adam, I tried this. Doesn't work. Okay. Oh, gosh. So you're the first person, right? There's one or two people there too, right? The person that just gives up when they have something not go right, or the second person that says, you know what? I'm going to break barriers. I'm going to do it. And if you have 20, are you going to get 20 over the 12 weeks? Absolutely not. I mean, if you do, I want you to call me. Let's talk. Hey, maybe I can learn a thing from you, and the whole community can. But you're probably not going to get 20 out of 20. That's going to send you business. But can you get 5 or 6? That's 25 to 30% of the ones that you put down and target, and absolutely do everything to get in front of them and add value, massive value. If you get 6, let's just say you get 6 over the course of 12 weeks. That's one every other week that you're really getting to send. It's going to start sending you business. And they can send you one deal a month. That's 6 deals a month. Now, if you're doing 5 loans a month, you're over doubled in 12 weeks. If you're making $3,000 a clip, you're making $18,000 extra. How is that ROI on taking the time to target and then actionable steps every week to try to gain their business? How's the ROI going to look on that? Let's just say you spend a total of 3 hours a week on this, times 12 is 36. You made $18,000. What is that your ROI? Figure that out. Let me know when you do that yourself. I don't have to figure it out for you. So just think about stuff like that. ROI. This is not spending massive money. You're not going to spend massive money. This is connecting with people. This is DMing people, having conversations with people, writing them a letter. Something you may want to invest in is send out cards. It's $97 a month that you can get, that you can send out cards. and just all you have to do is type it in what you want it to say. It's personal, it's personalized, it's really nice. You can send out as many as you want. $97 a month, no big deal. You send that to them, tell them how much you enjoy the conversation, or hey, whatever. You could send that stuff out. Maybe you connected with them. A book. You can go to Amazon, go to a book and say, send them a book and tell them, man, this really reminded me of you and your business. I hope this helps you grow. There's a myriad of things that you can do. They love a dog. They love a certain kind of dog. You send them a picture. What I always loved is going to Facebook. You see a picture of them and their dog they just posted, or them and their kids. I did this one time. I had the real estate agent had a picture. She's like, oh my gosh, this looks like it's edited and looks like, like this is out of a studio. And it did. Her kids were sitting next to each other, small little kids. A sunset was coming out. It was the most beautiful, beautiful picture because they were loving on each other. Their brother and sister loving on each other, and it had this sunset. It was just gorgeous here in Kentucky. It was absolutely great. I would love to have that if, I was the parent. That was just beautiful. So what did I do? Printed that off and sent it in a frame and said, man, it's a beautiful picture, whatever. I sent it to the agent. Oh my goodness. That called up and said, man, that was the sweetest thing, the most thoughtful gift, anything that I've gotten in years. Right? I'm not talking about from a mortgage loan officer. This just in general, she just has not gotten that nice and thoughtful of a gift. Right? Well, guess what? You think that maybe that created more a connection? Absolutely. There's things we can do. It's not going to cost us a bunch of money. We don't get in trouble, get pay for play and all that stuff you can do to get in front of people. And what is this? What is this? Like, this is not trickery. If I'm an agent, if I am a real estate agent and you're a mortgage loan officer and I am a top dog. So if I went over the real estate game and I'm producing like I am in a real estate or in a mortgage game, I'm gonna be a top dog, right? Doing great. And you're coming after me as a mortgage loan officer, and you're doing things like this, what am I going to think? Am I going to think you're just kissing my butt? Maybe a little bit, right? But am I going to think, I don't care if that's what they are doing. They are connecting with me. They're making me feel good. They're diligent about their work. And how are they going to treat my client? Like, if they're treating me this well and they're this diligent and this systematic about trying to get in front of me, am I going to feel like they're a bulldog and they're going to do everything they can to get the loan through? Absolutely. I absolutely will feel that way. I'll absolutely feel like give somebody a chance because they're going that step further. And so it's only through the targets and having that kind of thought process are you going to be able to nail down good agents, systematically and not have to just, rely on a cold call here or there, and you're going to get the one-offs, etc. So you can build real long-lasting relationships. And now in the book, it has like my top real estate agents in there, and you list your top real estate agents partners, and you're still trying to get in front of them and win them over, even when they're doing deals with you. You're still sending them some nice pics, like their kids are dogs. You're still having conversations with them, connecting with them. You're still loving on them. You're still doing things that shows appreciation and love. So it doesn't stop there, but your target list has to be there. And that's the whole thing, is you have 12 weeks to get 5-6 agents. Now, it doesn't have to be all agents, but your target list can also be financial planners. We talked about that, financial advisors. Absolutely. Target and go, okay, those are a couple financial advisors I want to target this time because, man, they do great. They do a lot of business. I feel like they can get in front of people, etc. This is somebody. So it doesn't have to be 20 realtors, right? It doesn't have to be 20 real estate agents. It can be other people in different. It could be definitely a CPA, right? You could have 15 real estate agents, a couple financial planners, CPAs, divorce attorneys, etc., to try to really win them over the course of 12 weeks. So it's only through that you're really going to be able to gain leverage. So I really, really encourage you today to get the list now and say, okay, this I am going all in on these people. So because we get all like distracted, or like our minds are going a mile a minute and everything's going on and the loan's not closing on time and all this other stuff, and we're worried, scarcity mindset, and we half-heartedly hit a couple agents and they don't call us back, and then we get frustrated, and then we get to the end of the year and we don't really have any new partnerships and all this other stuff, right? It happens. But if you're systematic about it and you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to block off the time, and then I'm going to plan this strategy out, and you put it in this playbook, for example, and then you just go, hey, there's the ones I'm targeting, and then you can check them off. Boom, I got one. Cool. Okay, great. I'm going to continue to stay in front of them. How else can I get in front of these other ones? Can I invite him to a class? Can I do some kind of virtual learning? Can I, what can I do to add value? It always has to lead with value. Value. Now, there's a question, by the way, on one of our mortgage pages. We got a pre-approved buyer does not have an agent. Where should I send it to? Don't make the mistake of sending to an agent or a target person that you don't already have a relationship with. Don't do that. So want to kind of just throw that out there, because that is a mistake made. I've had several times where my agent, A-lister agent, VIP agent, has gotten that type of deal before. They've got a referral from another mortgage loan officer to try to get them to send them deals. And they're like, man, I'm not, and they never send them a deal back, because they're like, man, I do all my business with you. I don't know why they sent it to me. It's a very poor play. So target in a correct way, get in front of them the correct way, connect, lead with value, but don't lead with that pre-approved buyer that you've been giving to someone that maybe the target that you've already kind of got a good relationship with now. They sent you something, and now it's like, okay, now I'm going to secure it really good. You certainly do that, but don't make the mistake of you're targeting them and then now you're just going to send them out this pre-approved buyer, because that's going to get you in. Because if you don't have everything else in place, if they don't love you, if they don't value you in some other way, then that is not the value that's going to lead to them sending y'all deals, because they're going to know, they should understand that you're not going to just do that all the time. That's not going to be the relationship. Okay, so get your targets out today. Get your lists out. Remember, the salesman with the best list wins, and extend it beyond that. And one that targets and absolutely takes decisive, massive action today over the next 12 weeks is going to win. So how are you going to set up for the rest of your year, and then springboard into the Decembers and the Januaries when everybody else is falling off? You are crushing it because you put in the work to get these partnerships today. Go out there and target, blast through it, crush it. Limited risk equals limited income. No choice for growth, legacy, impact.